What's happening, you guys? I have a story time for y'all, okay? This channel is about giving you guys knowledge and game on like all things notary, loan signing, all the things. But y'all know I like to keep it real and give you guys the bad parts too, or I like to warn you guys about things that you may encounter. This was the first. So let me tell y'all about what it's story time. So please listen to this entire video because you guys got to hear what had happened today on one of my signings, okay? So I had a buyer signing earlier, this around noon today. You guys, disaster. So if you guys are current loan signing agents, y'all know I actually do not, buyers packages and refinances are necessary, but they are my least favorite signings because they require so much, you guys. They require so much. Oftentimes there are two signers, which prolongs the signing, and you have to print a lot of pages. I like the signings where you get in, get out, everybody's happy, you guys go about your business. So I'm very reluctant to even accept buyer signings at this point unless the pay is worth it. So for this particular signing, the pay was worth it, but I wasn't expecting this. So, okay, you guys are in suspense. Let's just get to it. So, I had a signing, everything went well, the title company uploaded the documents, in time for me to prep them. I prepped the documents, everything's good, the client, the signer, we've been, corresponding with each other. He was very responsive, all of that, great. So, sidebar, signing locations, because a lot of the reason why this was a disaster is because of the person's job and the signing location. Signing locations are not always at the client's house. Sometimes you might do it at their job. I've done a lot of them at their job. And I actually kind of like the ones where it's at their job because usually the signer wants to hurry up and sign and go about their business and get back to work. So, usually when it's at someone's job, I'm like, oh, okay, they're going to be wanting to get this done expeditiously. So, or you could go to Starbucks. I've done signings at Starbucks, whatever. Because sometimes people don't always feel comfortable with doing signings at their house. And in addition to that, I've had, I live in a metropolitan area where not all the areas are good. So if I go to an area that's rough, and I'm uncomfortable, I'll call the signer and say, hey, I prefer more comfortable to do the signing at a Starbucks or somewhere close by, whatever. So there's a reason why I'm telling you about locations. So anyway, prior to the signing, and usually I kind of know based on where the signing is in the city that if it's like a business or, or someone's house, but for some reason it didn't click to me until I got close to the address. I get to the signing and the signing is a government building where there's lots of security, all of that stuff, right? And so, I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. The signing, I'm like, okay, I'll just go through security, whatever, the person will come downstairs and get me, the client. And so when I get there, the client's like, oh, no, don't go through security. I'm like, well, where are you going to do the signing in your car? Like, what are we doing? And so he's like, hold on, come to the loading dock. So I'm already like, oh, here go the BS, y'all. Like, I'm like, what? The loading dock? So I'm like, okay. So I go to the loading dock, you guys, and he's an armed security guard, police officer, whatever. Not a big deal, that's cool. So like, okay, so I'm walking through the loading dock area, still odd, but I'm rolling with it. I'm not uncomfortable. It's a little weird. So I go and I'm like, okay, so where are we doing the signing at? I need a desk. Like, I'm not gonna lay the papers on my lap. Like, where are we doing the signing? So he says, Oh, like, I mean, y'all, this little teeny desk was about like this. He's like, oh yeah, well, we have to do it here. And I'm like, so he brings me like into a little office. And well, it wasn't even really an office because it was like it wasn't his office. It was like a little area, you know. And I'm like, I'm gonna need a little more room than this. Like, you know, I don't know, is there any way we have a bigger desk? And he's like, no. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to be professional because I've had to do signings. There's a couple times where I've had someone who was maybe elderly and they couldn't go back up and down the stairs. I've had to do a signing on someone's porch. But that signing was like 10 pages. So that's fine. But again, you can't give me no little teeny weeny desk and the signing, and I have 175 pages that we're working with. So, you know, I'm woosahing in my mind. And so I'm like, okay. And then, so when I pull the packet out, he's like, well, how long is this going to take? And I said, sir, it really depends on you, you know, because you have some clients, some signers who want to read all the fine print. Buyer's packages, if a signer is like that, it could be anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half, maybe even 2. It depends on you. I prep the documents, so prepping means, you know, I have put every little sign here, initial here. I know where I need to notarize so that once we get to each page, we know exactly what we need to do and we can keep it moving. And I told him, I said, well, it's up to you. Like, you are going to control the flow of how quickly this goes depending on what questions you have or whatever. So he was like, yeah, are we going to be done in 5 to 10 minutes? I said, excuse me? He said, yeah, I only got about 5 to 10 minutes. I said, sir, it's going to be minimum 30 minutes. We have 175 pages. I probably had 12 notarizations where I had to put my stamp. I said, I'm going to at least need 30 minutes from you. So he says, well, I don't have 30 minutes. I only got like 5 minutes. I didn't know that it was going to take this long. And I'm just thinking in my mind, why would you think that any type of real estate related loan signing would just take 5 minutes? Why would you think that? And, you know, and I'm trying to be, you know, I'm not trying to be judgy because, you know, he did say this is his first time buying a home. So, okay, fair. Like, you've never bought a home. This is your first, like, transaction like this. So and that's fine. But, I mean, I guess common sense, even when you buy a car, when you go in the credit union and get a credit card, it's going to take longer than 5 minutes. So it was just like, it's the audacity for him to think that this was only going to take 5 to 10 minutes. And so I was like, sir, it's definitely going to take longer than 5 to 10 minutes. Like, I need your undivided attention because, you know, I'm going to need a solid 30 to 40 minutes for this regardless. No matter how quick we're going, that's what it's going to take. And so he was like, oh, I don't have that. We got to do it another day. So I'm thinking in my mind, I know you lying. I done printed out 2 packages because you have to leave one with the client. 175 pages to go to ship to the title company. And I printed out 175 pages for you. Okay? And you are going to sit here and tell me that you can't do it? He told me that, y'all. This man told me that I had to leave because he didn't have the time. So, you know, I kept my, you know, decorum and my professionalism, but I was like, wait, so are you sure you can't do this? I'm just thinking, like, is this really happening? And he said, no, I didn't know it was going to take this long. And, you know, really, you're not even supposed to be in here. So we're breaking and entering because he revealed I wasn't supposed to be there, you know. So really, he was just trying to slide this in and he thought it was going to be really quick. And so I had to pause. I said, well, let me call the title company and let them know. He was like, okay, but I need you to go outside. So I'm really in my mind like, you thought I was just coming up in this thing to give you 5 pages to sign and that was it. That's what you thought. And I was just like mind blown by this. And so I had to call the title company. I had to call the signing service, both of them, and tell them what happened. Of course, everybody was mad. They were furious. And so that was a long, I had to give y'all a little comedy in it. But like, seriously, this literally happened to me today. It happened the way that I just described it. And so I say this to say to you and myself, moving forward, I will ensure that when I reach out to the client, that I tell them, depending on how long the signing is, I'm going to make sure that they know the approximate time that I'm going to need from them. If it's a buyer or refinance package, I'm going to make sure that when I speak to the client moving forward, they're fully aware, sir, ma'am, just to let you know, this signing will be anywhere from 15 minutes to, whatever, all the way up to an hour and a half. They need to know that, because had I done that in this situation, obviously, who could have predicted this? Because like, you shouldn't have to do this, but had I done that in this situation, he would have then said, well, I don't have the time for that. So, warning to all of you guys, new and old signing agents, when you call to confirm your appointments with the clients, whatever type of signing you have, you guys, the types of signings, and most of you know how long they normally take, give or take 15 minutes to 30 minutes. Let them know how much time you'll need from them so that you can avoid this. Because not only did I have to, my toner ran out in the middle of printing this job. I had to, so that tells you how much ink that I wasted, paper that I wasted. I have to shred all this stuff. And not to mention the 35 minutes it took for me to prep the package. Then I had to spend, on street parking, I had to spend $6. Now, and then this client has wasted everybody's time, because now the title company has to go back and change all the dates, because they're not going to be able to do the signing today. Because he said he can't do it today. He was like, I can't do it tomorrow. So they're going to have to change. So everybody's going to have to go back behind him and fix this mess. The moral of the story, you guys, when you guys confirm your signings, new signing agents, make sure you inform the client of how much time you will need from them, so that they know, so that they don't do this to you. Okay? That's all. I just wanted to share that story with you guys, because I was like, I know you lying. I know this is not happening right now. I was fuming, y'all, because like, whenever I have big print jobs, don't play with me. Like, don't have me printing out all of this stuff and then we can't move forward with the signing. Like, are you kidding me? You wasting all my supplies. Like, I'm still, y'all probably can tell I'm still a little bit mad about this. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy your Thursday. I'm getting ready to go to happy hour. But before I did, I just wanted to share this with you guys. I'll be okay. I'll be fine. But it's a learning lesson. And now, moving forward, every single time I confirm a signing, I will also make sure the client knows I need an hour of your undivided attention. And that's it. All right, you guys, be the notary. Like, subscribe, share. Drop in my comments. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoy videos like this. Because I think we can all learn from each other. Hopefully this video helps you in the future, regardless of how much experience you have as a notary, as a loan signing agent. You can incorporate this tactic into, your business practices to save yourself the irritation and the time. Okay? So you guys have a great day. I will talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.